Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
You all are getting locked in.
See arrows.
Yep. Just they'll take you back and forth.
You know how they order photos with us. I'm gonna tell you. So when they ask, we know. They can order photos. Do you guys remember we did this last week in team meeting? Where do we order our next door photos?
I know.
Where do we order them, Beth?
On the website.
On the website, on the main page of the website.
I didn't see. Yes.
Just go right to our website. All right, guys. You wanna kick us off?
Perfect. Hello, everybody. My name is Derek with Next Door Photos. Thank you so much for having us. Who all has seen us speak before in this meeting? Who hasn't? Okay, good, good. So we are a real estate photography company. Who in here does professional photography for their listening? Raise them up. Should be everybody. Should be everybody.
Like we do it or we pay for someone else to do it?
No, have it.
Have
Do
it.
or do you do it yourself? iPhone.
Okay.
Good.
I use my flip phone typically.
No, still has that from high school. So what we want to do for you folks is help you win more listings, attract more buyers, and sell your home faster. And statistically speaking, that can be done by professional photography, not just photography, but other types of media. We want to be your one-stop shop. We're full service. We do everything. We do photos, we do video, we do virtual staging. We just added an AI piece to our virtual staging, so our prices are significantly less on that, which is very, very exciting. Agent on camera, 3D floor plans, and drone photography. So this would be the folks that haven't heard this field before, even, I guess this is for everybody. And we'll have some group participation here. How are, and all the agents that are in the greater Lexington area, think to yourself, how am I standing out today in 2026 from all the other agents in this area? The agents that are uber successful and have lots of listings. You see agents on social media, agent on camera, and all that good stuff. Who would have an example of how you think you stand out right now in 2026 and gearing up for the busy season?
Maybe you can ask us how we're not standing, not very visible, that might be easier to answer.
Yeah, video. I think video though, and you said something about the agent in the video and everything.
Agent on
Can you
camera.
walk us, through that? What is that?
Yeah, so you could choose to have that as an option, agent on camera. I think it's pretty neat, popular. I myself, I live in Cincinnati. We have a handful of agents up there that do it. And I think it's a great tool to help you stand out. So essentially it could be how you want it to be, but I've seen a lot of agents are out front. Hey, my name is Derek. Welcome to 123 Main Street. We have a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2,100 square foot home. Let's go take a look. And it's kind of a walkthrough of the home. Then the video could scan to the kitchen. Hey, check out this beautiful kitchen, granite countertops, this and that, hardwood floors, check out this beautiful vanity in the bathroom and all of that good stuff. Probably about a 60-second video to be used for social media. Again, a way to stand out. I had a guy up in Cincinnati, there was a swimming pool with the property. And at the end of the video, he jumped into the swimming pool. So again, these little things where people are going to see this video and it's like, and think to yourself, he's a nut. I'm gonna go with him.
Is that included in the bundle?
I'll have to see when we get to that slide.
Like I know they do a video, I didn't know if you could do the agent.
I'll talk to agent. I'll talk to agent. I'll talk to Daniel about that to see how that can work. All right, so statistics here. Group participation. Guess who they're on? So this type of media, think of all media, don't just think of media, or don't just think of photos, think of video, floor plans, 3D, drone photography and all that for the answers for this. This type of media. Gets 19% more views on your listing. What do you think it is?
Videos, walkthroughs,
Nope. It's a type, I'll give you a hint, it's a type of picture.
Floor plan.
Twilight. Twilight photos, everyone familiar with the Twilight photos?
yes,
Yeah, okay.
19% more.
19% more views.
That's included in the bump too. So I thought-
Correct.
If I was coming to Twilight or.
55% of buyers, and after we get the answer, I have a personal story for this one. 55% of buyers find this type of media helpful them. Having to make an informed decision of whether they want to go to the property or not.
Floor plan.
Floor plan. Absolutely.
I beat you.
I live in Cincinnati, my parents live in Florida. We're all originally from Ohio. They bought a second home up in Ohio, so they can be closer to the Grand City. I went and viewed the home with the agent. I'm on FaceTime with my mom. Viewing this home. My mom's the type of person, I'm sure you've had these people ask. I'm gonna question, they wanna know absolutely everything.
Oh, yeah.
Just. Word vomit, FaceTime, mom, trying to view the property, take it all in. The agent was a really good one about it. So anyways, after I viewed the property, it was sold as is, great neighborhood. The property was under contract that night. That's how fast it was going. So days and weeks after, my mom's like, hey, do you remember that one room on the lower level? How big was that room? Do you think it's gonna fit XYZ, 2 beds or this and that? In this room, my mom, I had no idea, and maybe, I don't know, I don't remember how big the room was. Well, how about, how much, we're trying to order hardwood floors, how much do we need? I literally have no clue, I don't know how big. You know, the lower level is, or the main level for floors, and we wanted our bedroom, blah, 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 I was like, maybe we can look at the auditor's website, I don't know. So, something that you might think is simple, could be easily overlooked, is very, very helpful for buyers. To help them kind of essentially place themselves in the home. In a different way outside of photos. All right, this type of media helps the home sell 68% faster. Yeah. What is it?
Yeah.
Goodness. Triangle. Aerial photography. Yeah. Aerial photography is really neat. It shows a different perspective of the home, especially if you have a larger property with acreage, it's really, really neat. And we can also put lot lines on that. And then also if you're in you know, an area that's close to shops or close to a local school or whatever it may be, to help capture those things as well. And, you know, what am I, we don't typically get the photos, but what do my neighbors look like and how close are the homes together and stuff like that. And then lastly, 73% of sellers want to work with agents that offer this type of media. That was mentioned several times.
Videos.
Really? Sellers want to work with agents that offer video to sell their homes.
I agree with that. Videos for sellers and then for yourself to like, so. Most of them.
So, exactly, so the buyers they want to picture themselves in their homes in whatever way they can. With the drone photography, with the floor plan, with the video, all of that stuff. You know, the purpose of the media is not to sell the home, it's to get these appointments to show the home for these potential buyers. So buyers are looking at more than just photos. Once they see this different type of media, now they're putting themselves in the home. Where am I gonna put my Christmas tree? Where am I gonna put my couch and whatever it may be? You know, is this going to fit our family? Fun stats for you. What's the average time on market in this area right now?
56 days.
56 days? Kind of close. So aerial photography is gonna help you with that. Again. You know, buyers want to see this type of media. It's gonna help get these appointments, help get people to want to come see these homes. Same with video. You know, sellers want to work with agents that offer this type of media. So, with Keller Williams, you know, we worked hard to put a funnel together with Tara. That we offer all the agents here at Commonwealth. That include all of these awesome things for $265. So you get the 25 photos, the floor plan, which I spoke about, with room dimensions, and it also comes with the names of the rooms. I forgot to mention that. It comes with the room dimensions and fixed furniture like kitchen cabinets or bathroom, tub, toilet, sink, and all of that good stuff. Twilight image, which we spoke about, social media reel. I'm gonna dive deeper on that, again, as far as the agent on camera, because it really is a neat tool. Has that everyone seen agent on camera or looked at videos with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great way to say that. Drone photography and a listing website. The listing website's actually a really neat feature because you can advertise or market your your listings with a link that goes directly to your listing website. All that for $265. Do you have to do that? No, you can get different things individually. You know, if the property warrants it. Not every property is gonna warrant stuff like that. Book now, pay later. Which is really good option, especially with newer agents or you're building a team or whatever it may be. It'd be a very helpful recruiting tool. You know, photos are more of an investment than anything. One, you can show sellers, hey, I'm serious about selling your property. This is what I offer. And this is what I'm gonna do. And same for buyers as far as wanting to see your home. Customer code right there. Different reviews that we have. Feel free to scan the QR code. Lots of good things. We appreciate being a partner with Keller Williams. And yeah, thank you very much for having me. I'm gonna hang out for a little bit. Headshots after this, we're gonna have, so if you need an updated headshot or haven't had your headshot, stick around and get your headshot.
And I'll include these slides in your recapping now.
Okay, good question.
Please.
If the house is vacant and you want them to do some virtual staging. How long does that take? Like, if the pictures are gonna be taken on Wednesday.
Mhm.
When can you expect the virtual?
Everything should be back to you next morning.
Even though virtual staging? Okay.
I'll triple check on that, but next morning, if it's not the next morning, it's the next day.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Right.
Okay. We're gonna jump in to team meeting.
Oh, yeah, take the mic.
Take the mic. You don't wanna hang out with my mic somewhere?
The sandwich with icon? Don't know that.
I texted him.
Ignite, Mr. Bay.
Never know what
I'm
that
not gonna say it.
Oh.
Somebody was teaching Ignite this week and said, what happens if I walk out of the room with the mic on, like go to the bathroom? I'm like, we're all gonna hear you. Yeah.
That was probably Oksana.
I said, I'm not gonna say. Sorry, Oksana. Okay, so I don't think this is this week, but next week we have some birthdays. Brittany Fiore, Giles Anderson, Evan Orshell, and Jonathan Goshorn between now and the end of the month. Let's do some bucket fills, you guys. That kind,
You
like,
get to do that?
yeah.
Everybody even know bucket fills, we can do that to John.
So opportunity to fill your own bucket and celebrate something that you've done. That's the hardest one. Opportunity to share gratitude. What's gonna bring you the most energy? And opportunity to fill someone else's bucket for something they've done. Yeah.
I wanna fill Beth's bucket because we're nearing the end of Ignite. It's coming up and Beth has like been doing it with Ignite. She's been doing at least one class a week. So she's been like holding it up and holding it down.
It's fun, I like it.
Yeah, so thank you. We appreciate it.
They're very good at it.
Yes.
I'll second that and all the instructors have been one, Donna, Jessica, Oksana, John,
Yeah,
and Tara, everybody has in Madison, you're amazing to keep everything coordinated.
For sure.
Yeah, we're all very appreciative. It's gonna watch
Jess
that.
is doing 2 back-to-back.
That's.
He's also grinding.
That guy's screwed.
It's been 2 days.
Yeah, I was nice today, just wait till tomorrow.
I won't be back.
Yesterday, just fine.
2 hours straight.
Yeah, Ignite is a big undertaking, and yet, can you guys see how that like foundational material, it's so critical? And you can take it over and over, I mean, it's just like gold, right? Every time you take it, you're in a different place in your business and.
We got a good group of participants too, I mean, they share, they talk, like, they make it fun, it's.
I mean, I had one that was making vegetable soup. Broke away and had a couple of comments. You don't know how the vegetables.
Staying good. No, well, there was a couple of times that was early in the snow. It's like the first day and you had to do soon. So I'm thinking, I can make some soup while I'm watching this and taking that. And then take it to guest on. Multitask.
Alright, any other bucket fills?
I wouldn't feel like Sonic, on Sonic's bucket, I mean, I was able to listen to her class, but I was at her committee meeting, and I mean, she just really put a lot of time and energy, and she really did. You know, you could tell her heart, she was just pouring it all, I mean, and I'm writing, and I don't know, I appreciate. You know, that's not one of my gifts, so I appreciate her showing up and sharing and at a very high level, so, yeah, it really is.
You can definitely identify when people. Like you said, show up, or I don't know if my brain said show up, but like. Really work to be intentional and purposeful in everything they do, right? Different than like you see, you know, a lot of agents kind of like wing it, and then you see people that prepare and they're purposeful. And they work to provide value, I would say that definitely.
Yes,
Yeah, we wanted that to be excellent. She called me after I wasn't able to be here. How many of you guys were in the luxury committee meeting? Yeah,
I was in her
I
class.
couldn't be
Yeah,
there,
last night.
and she prepped and she called me after, and so that's good. I'm glad you guys feel it. Yeah, good. Any other bucket fills? Okay, well, I'm gonna briefly put somebody on the spot. This is Dave Tiara. She's just interviewing for a position with us. She's not licensed, but today we had an interview and I said, you wanna stick around and spend some time with Jackie and check out our team meeting, so if you guys wanna introduce yourselves after the meeting, that'll be awesome. He's amazing. Alright, okay, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna dive into our content today. And Beth is gonna interject at whatever pace she would like to, but you guys open your packet. And I want to start with the question, and I want you guys to just answer it quickly. You can shout it out or you can write it on your sheet of paper. How many leads are currently in your pipeline? How many leads are currently in your pipeline? And I'll go ahead and say for 2026. Who knows their number? 14. 14. Okay, some of us don't know. But looking for new ones every day. How important do you think this number is?
Huge.
It is literally the lifeblood of your real estate business, your pipeline, right? Your pipeline, that's where you hold your leads and where you do lead follow-up and conversion. And so you guys will see on the screen, I have a lead pipe and I have a lead funnel. So this is a representation. I want you to just like remember this visual in your mind. When people ask you how many leads are in your pipeline, most real estate agents are operating what I would consider a lead pipe. We put things in that we know are going to come out the bottom, right? So somebody said 6 and somebody said 14. We're probably classifying those 6 to things we know are going to close, right? We feel confident those are 6 transactions. the question is, you know, in the MREA, Millionaire Real Estate Agent, we teach lead funnel. Right? And the lead funnel is really, really big at the top. And actually, the number of leads in your pipeline should be a multiplier of the number of closings you're gonna have this year. Does everybody know that? So, how many of you guys know your close transaction goal for 2026? You know how many transactions, what's your goal, Brittany?
30.
30, I was like, 3. Scott, what's your goal this year? 24, John Bentley?
36.
36, so everybody should have a goal. If you choose not to have a goal, you're gonna entrepreneurially stumble into maybe a couple of deals. But the goal is gonna be what we're working toward, right? And the great thing about a transaction goal is you can back that all the way up to how many leads you need in your pipeline. And that's what we're gonna go through today. So the next time I ask how many leads are in your pipeline, you will know the number and it will be a X times multiplier of your transaction goal. Does that make sense? If anybody gets lost or confused, just stop me. Okay, how many of you guys would say you have historically run your pipeline like a lead pipe? In the top and out the bottom. How many of you guys would say you historically run it like a funnel where you throw a bunch of stuff in the top, knowing that just a few things are coming out the bottom? Okay, so 1 or 2 of you. Okay, so let's talk about this. These are best practices. I'll call this, pipeline best practices, okay? So generally, and this is on your sheet, generally agents need to target, generally, 3 times the pipeline volume of their goal to account for nurturing times, conversion rates, which often range from 0.4 to 1.2%. So I would say the lowest number you're gonna use is 3 times. So John Bentley, 36 units. That's 108 leads in the pipeline. If we do a 3 times multiplier. Almost there. And so Brittany, yours says you need 90, right? And Scott, you need, what is that, 72? 72? Okay. So the formula for calculating this is you're gonna do your target sales divided by your conversion rate on the leads, on your sources of business. And that's gonna give you the required leads, okay? So you guys will see, well, I wanna say this first, conversion rates matter. Would you agree? So internet leads on average convert at 1 to 2%. 2% is about the highest you'll see on internet leads. Which means when you have 100 of those suckers that you're following up with, you may get 1 to 2 transactions. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that you need to know where your leads are coming in, the sources and the conversion. While higher quality referrals are 10%, so your database should be generating a 10% return, right, on the people in that lead pond. So higher conversion requiring fewer leads. Make sense? So I want you guys to look at this example. That's just the math. So example 1, to close 10 deals at a 2% conversion rate, you're gonna take 10 divided by 0.02, and that means you need 500 leads to get to 10 closings. How fun is that? Some people like it. It's just a system, right?
Just numbers games.
Yeah, it's a numbers game. So in example 2, to close 10 deals with the database conversion, 10 divided by 0.10 means we need 100 leads.
I would have those leads.
Right, are those leads? Well, they're cheaper too. It costs nothing. Generally. So 100 people in your database or 100 leads you're nurturing will generate about 10 transactions a year on database. Okay, so I want you guys, we're gonna math it. You guys have on your paper. Now, if you are, so we're saying internet leads are 1 to 2%, and we're saying database, which is a higher conversion, is 10%. If you wanna do an average, you may choose 5% or 6%. But I want you to write your target sales, your target closing goal. And I want you to write, I have this on the next screen. Divide it by your conversion rate. And that's the required number of leads you need in your sales pipeline.
Does anybody need a pen?
Or a calculator. Okay, we all need a calculator. Need a pen? Okay, so I want you guys to do this math, and then I want you guys to share your number.
I asked me when you just say.
No, you need a calculator. You need a pen? Well, so you're gonna be, depending on your lead source, and I'll show you guys this. Let me go back. These are, you can Google this, right? Like you can go online and you can find out what, based on your lead sources. Actually, let me go back one more. I wanna say this real quick. Common industry benchmarks, to build this pipeline, commit to a consistent number of daily contacts multiplied by 5 days a week and 4 weeks in a month. We're gonna do that. We're gonna give you you're gonna set a timeline to achieve your lead goal in your pipeline today. It can take 8 touch points to secure a meeting. I don't have the follow-up stats on here. But any person that should go in this pipeline, it sounds like this. We may buy or sell this year. Great, okay, actually guys, grab your pen. I wanna give you the classifications for a lead. So classifications for a lead. What is a lead for the pipeline? A lead is anyone that could possibly buy or sell this year. Doesn't matter who they're working with. We just found out they could possibly buy or sell this year. The second thing on a lead is we have all their contact information. So we know how to get a hold of them. Now we can start team meeting, RJ. So second one is we have their contact information. Third one is we know their motivation. So we know why they're thinking of buying or selling. And the fourth one is we have permission to follow up with them. Because here's the reality, 80% of sales happen as a result of follow up. But I'm gonna go out and give you a stat that I don't even know if it's true, but 99% of y'all don't follow up. We only cherry pick the now business. So why are our pipelines full of hundreds of leads right now? Because we cherry pick the now business, we run it directly through a pipe, and the rest of it is on a Post-it note that fell off your shoe in the women's bathroom at Staples yesterday.
Sorry, can I interject for a second?
Speaking.
This is, to me, this is why it's so important that we're tracking the activities that we do each day, the conversations that we have. And anybody that's in the productivity coaching program is probably so sick to death of hearing me say this, but please track the activities you do. Because once you know your conversion rate and you're not using the exact, you're not using these estimation numbers. Once you know your exact conversion rate, it becomes so simple to be able to go, great, forever, however many, maybe it's door knocks or phone calls, I know I'm gonna get a deal. It makes it so much easier to then do the activities, because you know what's on the other end of it. And you actually take the no's easier. Because you know that, great, for every 50 people I talk to, I'm gonna get a deal. Great, I don't care if 49 of them tell me to pound sand. I'm gonna do it because I know I'm gonna get a deal. Like that's just how the math works out.
It's 18 no's for 2 yeses, by the way, for appointment setting. It's 18 no's for 2
And
yeses.
so the people wanna know that are all that money, take what a commission is, divided by that, when you contacts to get a yes, saying, every time I contact somebody, it's $800.
That's right. Okay, so I'm gonna role play this with John Bentley. Okay, fourth point, let's do this again. How do we classify a lead? A lead is anybody that's gonna buy or sell. Doesn't mean they're buying with me, just anybody we know is buying or selling. Number 2 is I have full contact information for them. Number 3, I have motivation. And number 4, I have permission to follow up. You guys wanna see this role play? John and I bumped into each other in women's bathroom at Staples yesterday. And
You
it,
said you weren't, tell no one.
and it would sound something like this, we're talking and John says, yeah, we're thinking about,
Yeah, we're thinking about buying, selling,
okay,
probably go
great.
to jail for reading.
Are you guys thinking about buying or selling this year?
Yeah, we're thinking about, we want to upsize.
Okay, so, I'm just curious, like, why are you wanting to sell your house?
Upsize, we need more,
You're gonna upsize, and what's your timeline to do that?
no specific timeline. I mean, if the right one comes along.
Okay, no specific timeline, but you do need to upsize, so how, like, are you going crazy in the little house you have?
A little bit.
A little bit, okay, so I'm curious. Could I just stay in touch with you so I can touch base with your timeline and maybe be a resource when you do decide to sell your house, buy a house?
I guess so. You're not gonna constantly send me stuff or ask me, right? That's what I get a lot of time,
I
especially.
promise you have it. And so they're gonna say yes most of the time, right? And if they say you're gonna bother me, no, I really work hard to provide value. And yet I wanna just be a resource when you're ready. John, can I have your contact information? Is this your cell and email? If there's probably a spot in there where if he's like, I'm shopping, we're gonna say, are you currently working with a real estate agent? I didn't ask that. But you will probably wanna ask that as well. So that is,
What do they say? Well, no, I'm waiting, like I said earlier, waiting for the right property to come along, then I'll contact somebody.
If I were to find the right property for you, would you be interested in buying or selling sooner?
Okay. That's all.
just gonna dig into motivation, right?
Show your work.
Like, yeah, hey, and here's the reality, if you can get an appointment and do a buyer rep agreement and really show your value proposition, that's better. Same thing with sellers, right? I'd love to come out and just talk about selling your house. What I do differently to get sellers the best price in the shortest amount of time. And then we can talk about your timeline and what's gonna make the most sense. Right? So that's a lead. Any single person that you can get that needs to go in your pipeline.
Do men need to go into women's restrooms to read through?
I don't know why John always does. No, he wasn't.
Have you been in the men's over here? Have you noticed the difference?
No.
I mean.
There you go. That sounds like a
Good tactic.
an opportunity for you fellas. Okay, so, the other thing I wanted to show down here is you should dedicate 40% of your efforts to new leads. 40% of your efforts to new leads, 30% to past client referrals, and 30% of your time to exist to nurturing your pipeline. So if we only have 5 or 10 people in a pipeline, how do I spend 30% of my time nurturing that? That is going to get weird. They're gonna say, stop calling me because I'm calling the same 5 people every day, right? And you guys know this because we teach this in business planning and GPS planning, but you should have 3 sources of business. They call it like niche, but 3 sources. Everybody in here has database, I'm assuming. You probably have open houses, you may have farming, whatever those are, but your conversions may look different in those different areas, and that's okay. Look for an average and calculate your lead pipeline based on that average. So this just came up, I just Googled lead generation methods and conversions. These are pretty typical. Referrals, expireds, FSBOs, geofarming, and online leads. So if you have a special niche, you're gonna go research that and see how many leads you're gonna need to get to your conversion rate. What are you guys thinking? Are you tracking with me? Do you feel like you can get control of and take ownership of your business if you have enough leads in the pipeline? Yeah. So I wanna hear your lead number. We're back to calculating closings divided by conversion rate, and you can use around 5% if you want it. 1% is internet leads, 10% is your database. Now, you guys know that sign call leads are 75% conversion.
Sign call?
Sign call leads. 3 out of 4 convert into buyers and sellers.
why if I'm,
That's why we list the last.
that's why if I'm doing open house and it's on a, I put one on a main street, like here or something, I'll leave it out.
Yeah,
I'll
if
pick it up to
you,
like Tuesday, maybe.
yeah, if you go take listings in your business, you will generate buyer and seller leads as a result of listing lead generation and marketing. So. What did you guys get? How many leads do you need in your pipeline to hit your goals in 2026? About 100, maybe? 100, how many? 90?
155.
155? Scott was 72? 240. 240? And by the way, I have no emotion around your number. Do you guys? It's just a number. It just represents a goal, it's a focus, right? Something you can go capture now. Right? So,
But that number that we're focusing on, and then when one closes. Does that number really ever change? Probably doesn't ever.
it's not gonna change,
Next year is gonna be,
probably need a bigger number.
right,
So every day we're hunting and fishing for what? Leads for your pipeline. Not guaranteed deals for the pipeline, leads for the pipeline. Now, okay, did anybody have the number of leads in their pipeline that they needed? Do you wanna talk about how to immediately ramp
Yes,
up your
please.
pipeline leads?
I would love that.
Yeah, there's 4 strategies that you can use to ramp up your pipeline leads, and I don't have a slide, please. Cause I almost forgot about telling you how to go do that. There's 4 strategies, and I've been coaching at Max for 10 years, almost 10 years. These strategies have been the same strategies for 10 years,
Does it work?
because they work. Okay, so if you want to immediately infuse your database with or your pipeline with leads. Number 1, you're gonna call every single person you transacted with last year and ask for a referral. And if you didn't have a transaction last year, or you wanna go back 5 years, you can go back for the lifetime of your career, that's totally fine. Call all the people who trusted you to do business with you and ask them who else they know that's looking for buying and selling support this year. Real estate support. Okay, the next one is you're gonna double or triple up on open houses on the weekend. So we can get in an open house and capture leads like crazy, right? Right? The next one is. You're gonna call every single person in your database that you've not spoken to in the last 90 days. Why is it 90 days?
Top of mind.
Yes, and
We should be contacting anyone in your database every quarter.
yeah, because your job as a real estate agent, the one non-negotiable on database is to call them quarterly. So if we haven't called them, this is a great opportunity to call. And this is my favorite. Once you've done all that and you capture every single lead you can find, you're gonna call the pipeline leads. And you're gonna ask every single person in the pipeline who else they know that might be buying or selling this year. So think about it this way, if you had 50 leads in your pipeline, and each one of those gave you another name, how many leads do you have now?
double.
You could double it. I like that, like, let's double it, right? So, why do you guys think we ask the current pipeline for referrals? And is that smart?
It
Do we
does
get-
bring that.
We kind of talked about it today, like why you're in a transaction with somebody, that's the perfect time to ask for a referral or a review.
Peter used to do a class called the Jaw Dropping Customer Experience. They asked for referrals 5 times during the transaction. So one deal, now I got 5 new leads from it. That was a system, right? That would be cool. That's how you sell 600 units in a year. You start scamming that, right? Here's why we call the pipeline. You guys all from Bold remember the RAS, Reticular Activator System, and I'm not Diana, so probably not the best to teach it, but I know it because I've experienced it. So you go out and you buy a new car. And you start driving around town, and what do you see all over the roads?
Same car.
You see your car, which you probably never noticed before. But there's something in the back of your brain that once it has awareness, it starts to attach to those things, right? It's the data bits. So the people in your pipeline have awareness around what? Buying and selling. So they're talking to people about it and they're probably bumping into or in conversation with other people doing the same. They at least have awareness and they can bring you referrals. We just did this in the market center. So we're gonna talk about career night. Career night is the 17th. I have 100 and something people in real estate school. Guess what I did on Saturday? I didn't call them all. Text them. I texted all 100 and something and said, hey, you're actually in classes with us right now. And you remember you can temporarily sponsor someone up to 90 days before you join. Who do you know that's also thinking about getting into the industry? Would you text this link to 2 or 3 people and post it on your social media page? So I went right to my pipeline to get them to send people to Career Night. Because actually, guys, the highest place I get referrals right now are people in real estate school. How crazy is that? So your business is the same. Your business is the same. Does that make sense? What questions do you guys have about that? Brittany said, wow, we have work to do. Yeah, so I'll just say this, just right next to your formula, buy win. Buy win, because guys, quarter 1 of 2026 is coming to an end. Actually, in like a week and a half, it's over. The business you write by the end of February will close out by the end of March, and quarter 1 of 2026 is closing. I know, lots of wows now. So by when will you do the work to get the leads you need in your pipeline to accomplish your goals in 2026? So we may need to run and sprint a little in the next 30 days, but that choice is yours. You get to choose. Right? So the next question, so anybody have observations on that or want to share your buy win? Questions? Was that enlightening? Do we now know what we need to focus on? You will not get your transaction goal without the leads to support it. It's just that simple. I wish it happened that way, but it just doesn't. So the next thing you may be thinking already is how in the world do I manage 100 leads at a time? How do we manage that many leads in our pipeline?
We organize it and we put it into a system where we can see it. Like your opportunities pipeline.
That's right. We organize it, we sort it, and because how much of your time are we supposed to spend on this?
30%.
30% of your time should be spent nurturing your lead pipeline. Okay, so I want to start here. This is your KW Command mobile app. It's a red square with a white KW. This is what it looks like inside of it. So when you open that app up, you'll see a plus down here at the bottom right. You're going to click, so let's say I bump into John in Staples and we start talking and I say, John, is it okay if I stay in touch with you? I'd love to just be a resource as you're thinking about buying a house. And he says yes. Okay, so what do you guys normally do there? You write it on a notepad, a Post-it note. I say Post-it note and receipts because I did it for years. Like literally, I'm digging receipts out from under my door, my car mats that were leads. This is real life. You guys,
Oh no, I've done
you
it.
guys can't believe that, can you?
I used to have sticky notes all over my dash and my.
Yeah. So we have a system for this. You're gonna open your command app, you're gonna hit the plus sign. When you hit the plus sign, it's gonna ask, do you wanna add a contact? So if I've never met John before, I might add him as a contact. You can add a task, so I could say, call John next week. Or you can add the opportunity. And in this scenario, for what we're teaching today, you're gonna add the opportunity. So John is an opportunity for me this year. I've got to stay in touch with him to get it. So I'm gonna add the opportunity. When you click add opportunity, it pops up. Do you want to do listing, buyer, landlord, or tenant? So John is a listing. Gonna click listing. I'm gonna put John's information in. And it's going to drop John. You guys know where John goes? In opportunities in the lead capture segment where we start to nurture our leads. And I'm gonna show you this. Is everybody looking at your app? Did you guys know you can do that?
No. Mine has a ad opportunity, I just have the ad content, ad text.
Oh, you might need to update your app. I don't know why, because I just said this yesterday. You should see. Does everybody else see ad opportunity? How am I doing on time? We got plenty of time. Everybody, let's find this so you know where to find it next time. Why do they not have opportunity?
No, that's a question.
So are you in the top, at the top left, are you in your profile?
Yes.
It's your stuff.
Keeps only going in like that.
Trying to log in.
Yeah, mine's working. That's right.
What's the three dots?
It could be an update.
Okay, so if you're, I've identified this for y'all, if you're in the coaching program, you need to make sure you're in the coaching program profile. Because Beth would love to see your opportunities and help coach you on converting those.
There is a method to my madness, please understand that. So if you are in the coaching program, there's a reason why you have to be in the coaching program app. I have something called a pro coach account, so I can see on my end what the entire program's conversion rates are. Okay, in the same way that you guys were questioning what your numbers are, right? If you're in the coaching program, I can see what the whole program's numbers are, which means I can see where those gaps are and those areas of opportunity for learning are. And that's what we coach to, is where those gaps are. Okay, so make sure you're switching over and you're putting all of your opportunities in your pro coach account, in your productivity coaching account, so that I can see those too. Also, if I can see them, I can help you with them. So if you've made a mistake, we can catch it before it becomes a problem or it becomes Jackie's problem. Okay?
But you don't want it to be your problem.
With us. So you're gonna add your, like, if I'm you and I need 100 opportunities, I'm gonna say by when, by the end of the month or by the end of March. And we're gonna start running to get as many leads as you can in your pipeline as fast as possible. So capture them all, in your little notebooks and sticky notes and receipts and napkins. Let's get them all input in. Now, I want you guys to look on the screen. This should look familiar. Do I have enough leads in my pipeline? No, sure don't. I do not. So this is the buyer's pipeline. And here's what Beth and I have discovered. You guys know all of these stages are customizable. Most agents create an opportunity when it closes. Okay, so is that actually an opportunity? It's already closed. The opportunity starts in the first tab, which is cultivate. And when you guys flip this sheet over, I have these all documented for you. This is your homework. Outside of wanting to get 100 leads, this is your homework. And if you don't like this, you can do it your way, but you gotta do it. If you can't sell real estate with no pipeline, you can, it's just gonna be really stressful and your business is gonna do this all year long, up and down, okay? So you guys can see here, buyer cultivate, this is the tab where the leads come in. So you add an opportunity, it goes into cultivate. The question is it a 0 to 30 days? Is it a 30 to 60 days, or is it 60 or more days till it closes? You're gonna put all those in there. And then the 30% of my time that I use following up, it's probably gonna go right there in that bucket most of the time. Because these are leads that haven't signed and aren't active. That's what we're gonna be nurturing. The next one is your buyer appointment. You guys will see that we recommend that you have appointment set, appointment held, signed by a rep agreement. So if we meet with people, isn't the ultimate goal to get a signed contract? So you're gonna slide their contact card through that process. So you know, if you're sitting down with Beth and coaching, she can see you have 25 buyers under contract. How cool is that? How else do we track this without a pipeline tool? It's hard to track, right? The next one is active buyers. We put in there pre-approval. So you got an active buyer, they've signed a buyer rep agreement. What's the next step? Pre-approval. Then we put in, you're gonna set up an auto prospecting search. So now I know the pre-approved, I got them on a search. And the third one is I'm showing them, they're out looking at property. And then when they go under contract, you'll see that we have under contract with earnest money collected. You've got your due diligence period, your appraisal, and your clear to close. So this is really like a Trello board. I mean, you can manage a big business when you manage it in a system like this. And then the last one, you guys, I put in here closing. I put in here, you don't have to do this. Google review sent, Google review collected, and my post-closing smart plans and systems are activated. Because the reality is you might have a closing on Friday, you come in next week, and you wanna go through that and get them all set up on the systems. If you're not using Two Gals does that for you. If you're using their, I think, deluxe package, right?
Brittany, I think you just said a light bulb. I just saw the look on your face.
I'm just watching Brittany to see if any of this is landing.
Yeah, that's what I'm too.
We have
She
right
picked
here
up the
how
phone
your
here while
session.
this is going.
I mean, this is like, oh my gosh, I love this, this is amazing, and then the closing part, the review check. Review collected, sometimes you're still working on that, but then the smarts on this, like not. Big name, 3
Well,
years,
like,
right?
And if you wanna put your reviews, I mean, you guys can customize all this, every single stage, you can customize, we just put what we thought would be typical. You know, like Teach should get a review as soon as they sign the contract. So move your Google review up to this first bucket if you want, it's totally fine.
No, it's good, well, actually, I heard recently that. You can actually have a review on
Multiple times.
realtor.com, you can have
Yeah.
still a review and.
Facebook.
A Facebook review, so you can collect 5 along the
Yeah.
way. But I love the smart plan, you could at least put them on a birthday smart plan, if nothing else.
And house anniversary.
House
Smart
anniversary,
plan.
yeah. Yeah,
So you guys, I have the listing side, I'm not gonna read through all of those.
But a good reminder too on those, like, for instance, there's a checklist. For each one of those, right? So for me, if it said post-closing systems in the checklist, I would have, did I ask for 5 reviews? Right, to remind myself to do all those things before I archive that. Right, so make sure that you're customizing those lists and using that as part of the system. You know, when we fail is when we think that our brains are infallible and we always just remember exactly what to do, exactly. Write it down, write a checklist.
Or do a task, like you
Yeah.
can go to that person and do a
Absolutely.
task, right? Okay, so does this make sense? So that's your buyer opportunity. Madison's gonna send out slides, these slides, you can look at these, but I literally took every stage and put it on this piece of paper for you. Okay, so this is what you're seeing here. There's your seller stages. So then if I have 100 leads in my buyer cultivate bucket. And I schedule an appointment, move them to appointment, and then we decide to sign a buyer rep agreement, you guys are already in the opportunity. You just go click dot loop, create a loop, and it's all connected. We're not running to meet a buyer, try to get a buyer agreement, run back over to a pipeline and put them in late. Does that make sense? They should all already be in here and their loops and everything connected to them on the back end of these contact cards.
That's a Brittany bucket right there. Brittany walked out of that conference room with a check in her hand, with a closing through Homefront and Meridian. Walked into my office, so this
That
far
part.
apart. And because she had the Alta in her hand and everything was loaded and pushed through immediately, it was approved before she even got to the closing table. And I took her check and I paid her the next day.
So great. That was our first, I think that was our, I call it, it was a trifecta, but it was a quadfecta. Because we had the buyer, the seller, the loan and the title in-house.
And the seller, yeah.
Yeah. So
I
that
was
was
a
quite,
first time home buyer, and it was 3 weeks, from the time he. Or 25 days, first time home buyer, Dana got him, and he had no pre-approval letter when I showed him the house. She got him pre-approved and she got the loan closed. I think I showed him on the 2nd, and it closed on the 25th, first time home. buyer.
amazing. Okay. So what are your, I wanna hear from some of you guys. Do we have homework? Is this, do you feel like this is valuable?
Very,
Yeah, will this help you sell more real estate this year?
absolutely.
Cause that's our goal, to bring you things that will help you sell more real estate. How are you guys feeling and what are your next action steps?
There's a lot of clarity in having things systemized, and the word is a little big for me, like I can't really wrap my head around systemized, but I can around. Okay, click this button and create an opportunity with people that, like, if putting it in command and marking it with an L. Like, that is like a grain of sand on a shore, like, that doesn't work for me, but right here, putting it in here and marking, and then I can see how many. That is clear. And so I'll know how many do I actually have, because I have people who say maybe, but putting it 30, 60, 90 in command under a tag, that has never worked for me, so
This, you can see them.
I can see
You
that.
can literally
And
see them.
that will help me.
And I don't have the probabilities on here, but when you set this up, it's gonna ask you the probability to close. It's gonna start up here in nurture at probably like 10%. And by the time you get down to clear to close, you're gonna be at 95. So each one of these stages has a probability. Does anybody know why?
Not everybody closes.
That's true. When you put the opportunity in, you're gonna put a price range. And actually, when you pull your dashboard and you're looking at it, over on the right, it tells you your potential and probable income. And that number should match your goal this year based on the leads in there. And the further you move them through the pipeline, the probability increases. And the probable income gets in alignment with the actual. Does that make sense? So when you guys look at this and it says probable income 0, we don't have enough leads. Because it should be calculating a number based on the leads in that pipeline. It's gonna tell you how much money you could pay. Okay. What are your next steps? And then we're gonna wrap this up. I kind of beat a dead horse there, didn't I? Was that too much? I want you to go do that, please. This is how you go from 5 units to 50. We have a system. Gotta look at our leads in the pipeline. All right, what are you guys gonna take away from this? What are we putting in place?
Don't be like Tammy. After 15 years in real estate, I'm digging out all of my emails from Dotlit, Flex, subscriptions. A file where I stack all those little sticky notes that were on the shoes and those kind of things. I'm digging it out to compile my database finally. 15 years of business. Don't count them.
I don't get the number though, I mean,
Or
honestly,
it's
it's
like-
like, there's no shame in that, they're.
Yeah.
Spend their whole careers not knowing that they should be doing that. So the fact that you're 15 years in and you're still willing to learn and you're still willing to do the hard piece, which is put it all together and do the hard work. Is impressive, frankly.
Yeah, life took me different places, as some of you all know. At the end of the day, it's ridiculous to upgrade when if you take or hire two gals with a laptop or whoever it may be to get your database and to utilize it. 10% return on 100. I mean, you just think about 100. It's
I mean,
ridiculous.
that's 60,000, it's
Or-
60 to 80 grand a year in income for 100 people.
And honestly, without even managing it, I can do not work in one or two and make that. That's what I've been doing the last few years. So anyhow, don't just put it together, work smarter, not harder. They got great systems. I'm excited. I'm
This
working
is,
hard on
we
it.
say this is simple, not easy, and the not easy part is you have to leave this room and actually
Do something.
do this, right? There's some of you will and some of you won't, right? We know that, but we'll watch the business time of those of you that do. But it always happens that way. So anybody else wanna share your action, takeaway, or off from this? Everybody's internal.
Thank you for doing this, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that you guys have taught it in the past, but you get what you can get when you're ready to get, it.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean, and, I appreciate it. So,
Me too. And I will say one other thing, if you're having trouble getting started, force yourself. It was so hard to get started. It's become fun. My clients are loving to hear from me.
It's so fun.
Checking on them after the storm, got any issues, how are you doing? How are you?
Once you get
And it's
into
just
this,
really rewarding, one just pick up the phone or not.
I agree, like, it's hard to stop, it's kind of like a drug.
Success rate, success rate.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So a couple of things, coming up on the training calendar. Lots of things. I'll say quick, today, after this meeting, there are two things happening. One is Renee is gonna host our MREA Mastermind, chapter 2, session 2. We'll probably do that in the conference room. At the same time as that, we're doing a know before you go for family reunion. So if you're going to family reunion in Atlanta in a week and a half or so, stick around in this room. And if one is bigger than the other, we'll swap. But basically, we're gonna go through prepping, packing, preparing, picking your sessions and all of that stuff. Also today, we have our, it's actually called Agent Attraction.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Agent Acceleration and Attraction Committee. So if you're interested in personal influence and growth and building your profit share guidelines, we'll be having our committee meeting here at 1:00. John and I think Jesse Earth, and we have a group, so come, even if you're not registered for that, stick around for that. And there's a bunch of other great stuff happening this week.
Also, can I say real quick?
Yeah.
They're gonna be doing headshots after this too. You should have gotten a link to sign up, but if you didn't, you could probably go over there and see if they'll fit you in. If you're interested.
What else, Madison? MREA, committee is tomorrow and our Valentine's Day Popeye workshop is tomorrow. The plans are all here, they're so cute. You guys haven't seen them. We're doing our succulent, I think we had 400 or 500 Popeyes. So that'll be tomorrow night. Bring a snack to share and your favorite drink to share, and we'll meet here at 5:00. Ignite, kind of in our last week of Ignite, right?
Almost done. This is last week. Monday's the last day, and then it's graduation right after.
cupcakes.
Oh,
We will
Yeah,
take them.
sure.
John, that's fine.
I didn't know you were buying any, John, that's great.
And next,
Even attention you taught one.
this is next Tuesday. So next Tuesday is career night. You guys scan the QR code or text me. I'll give you a link. You can share it out on social media. We are offering scholarships for real estate school again, which is really great. These are your committees. So the bottom 3 are all happening. No, I'm sorry. Agent Acceleration, MREA, and Team Building and Culture are happening this week.
We have wealth this week.
And Wealth.
Yeah, they're not in order. That's on the list.
Okay.
Just put them up there how I feel.
This is tomorrow night. This is 1 of 4, by the way.
No. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, this is tomorrow night. Thursday night, you're doing a quarterly top 20% happy hour. It's gonna be at the Willow. It's hosted by Homefront and Meridian. And so we'll just go hang out, mastermind. You guys can bring a top producer guest if you'd like. And just a little community hangout for our top 20%. And then guys, grab your phones. We need your help. For 2 things. I want you to scan, okay, top left of the screen. These are agent voted superlatives for our annual award event. We're doing a red carpet award ceremony. It will be back at the Pan Miller Art Studio. How many of you guys were there for the holiday gala? It was great, right? So on the top left, we need you to vote for your favorite superlative. These are agent voted awards. On the top right, this is where you RSVP for the event. We want everybody to attend. We're doing a KW Cares auction where you can actually make a donation. It's gonna be a live auction, and you're gonna get time with the top producer. So we'll be raffling off Nora and Destiny and Sheridan, and I think Rowena,
She was into.
Rita Jones. Like, these are our, in the top 10, we have some of our leadership team in there, so you guys can maybe donate for the
We
charity.
need more people to vote on those, and please don't vote on nigger.
Yeah, I don't know.
Vote for agents.
Our top guy. You can't afford me.
Stapler, who didn't stop, on superlatives, I do not want an award, Beth doesn't want an award.
Sure don't wanna work.
We don't wanna
Being here every day.
flatter,
It's all.
but
But if you don't fill out every one of them, it won't allow you to submit, so you have to say something for every one, even if you. That was my thing, I'm like.
There's other people.
About this right.
I'll leave the statements to Facebook, general, and then take this to.
Which one? The right?
you all know that Beth is the script master,
Sounding-
but we do need
Okay.
That's his name.
That's, how did they find the RSVP link for the event? This is.
It
just
is, it should be on the Facebook, if you go to our Facebook page,
Then you can just click if they are going.
you can just click that you're going, it should be pinned at the top, does this not take you to a Google?
No,
Just
And there is
no link on here to take you to the Google.
Oh, just accept on the Facebook page, we'll figure this out.
Yeah, it's fine. You can bring a +1 to this. We're gonna have, our regular catering guy who's doing an amazing menu. I'm so excited.
It's so good.
Yummy
If
food.
anybody had the food at the holiday gala.
Yeah, so I think we have a really great menu. And then obviously the auction will have, cash bar, and then like all of our award winners will walk the red carpet. It'll be kind of like cocktail, semi-formal attire. So come in, we're gonna do our photo booth. It'll be a lot of fun. Okay. This, we are hoping to have an update for you by Friday. If you guys haven't seen, this notice, our franchise is requiring we do a private policy. We've been working on this. And so we're in the last little stage of that. We'll have all of that information hopefully by Friday. At the
I
latest.
fully understand all the people that are like, I need to press renew. And I
Don't renew your
appreciate your
license
kindness.
until we get this out to you. Okay. And then this is our MREA podcast. This is happening also right now. No, before you go, family reunion. Pet shots are out in the
A
back.
lot of things right.
Ready to read guys.
So we will, how many of you guys are staying for No Before You Go family reunion? Okay, and then how many of you are going to MREA podcast? Couple of you, so we'll keep No Before You Go in 0, it's like. Thank you guys, hopefully that was valuable, and you have you have some great work to do in that pipeline. John Sullivan.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so, but I am.
So we have.
Yeah. I'll see you there. Yeah.
Here.